As you can see, we've mounted the terminal blocks in the cabinet. We've also pulled the wire into the cabinet. You can see that we've taken time to label the wire according to the report that we had. We've also separated the grounds from the hot and the neutrals. You'll notice that we kept the hot and the neutrals together. Normally you'd separate these out because the neutrals usually go back to the same spot. But for our modules, especially for arc fault breakers is the main key, the arc fault breaker is going to monitor the current that goes into it and the current that comes out of it. And if that doesn't match, you're going to be tripping that breaker all the time. So you need to make sure to keep the neutrals and the hots together so you're not getting some mysterious tripping breaker and a lot of troubleshooting. As you can see here, we have separated out the grounds, and we're going to terminate the grounds to this ground strip. So now let's talk about the grounding bars that we have here. The larger can has 2 bars. The smaller can has 1 bar. You can fit 2 wires in each one of these bars, but each one of these holes, so there's plenty of space for all the wires needed. The thing you want to pay attention to is we've taken these wires and we've actually stuck them behind here with the zip tie hole, or zip tied these wires behind this bar here so we can bring the rest of the grounding wires down to the next grounding block. You do want to be careful with these wires. You want to keep them all the way secured all the way to the back side of the cabinet or on this side so that you can, so you have plenty of room to terminate your other wires. And it's really quite simple to land these ground wires here. Grab a couple wires out of this mess. So I'm just going to take it down, get to my hole, bend it, cut it, and take my screwdriver and stick those babies in there. Just like that. I'm going to repeat those steps all the way down to all the grounds are secured. Now that we've terminated all the wires to the grounding bus bar, now the next thing we need to do is terminate the ground to the terminal blocks. That's quite simple. The terminal blocks, the screws already come unscrewed, and all you have to do is just simply screw it down, and you want to run a ground wire down to the terminal block. You obviously want to do this for every module so that every module has a proper ground to it. And now that we've tied down the ground, we're going to go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do is going to tie the override auxiliary switch. And this is located, this load here, this switch is located upstairs in the master bedroom closet. So with the override, it allows you to engage the dimmer module or the relay module if the network goes down, or if the network goes down or the control system goes down. This way we can still turn on lights without having the homeowner come all the way down the basement. So we're going to terminate this real quick. The next step is to grab the neutrals. What we have is we have 2 lines in, two circuits into this module. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we've got the neutrals for the first circuit and the neutrals for the second circuit. So we don't cross neutrals, especially for the arc fault breakers. So that's something that's you're going to have to something that's might be new to some of the electricians out there. Now that we've got the neutrals tied down for that first circuit, we want to tie down the same loads for that circuit. And we go ahead and follow our load schedule in order to do that. One of these is obviously going to be the main feed from the breaker right here, and then these ones here are the lighting loads out. Okay, that takes care of the first circuit and its lighting loads. So now that we wired up the first circuit on this terminal block, I'm going to go ahead and refer to the module report and the terminal block wiring diagram to finish wiring the rest of these terminal blocks. Now that we've terminated all the wires to all the wired blocks, the next thing you want to do is test your loads. Right here you have jumpers that connect line to your load, and you'll see that they're installed. They're installed when they come from with the blocks. What you can do at this point is you can flip your breaker on, and all your lights should turn on. If your lights don't turn on and it trips the breaker, then you've got another problem, and you want to address this issue before wiring up any of the dimmer or relay or any modules. Okay, now that we've got all the panel wired up, if you're using any 0 to 10 volt, like we are, we went ahead and ran these wires in the class 2 side of this, the low voltage side of this panel. What we want to do with these small little wires, they can get out of hand pretty easy. We want to go ahead and zip tie these and secure these down to the side so that we can get them wired up to our 0 to 10 volt.